Hello drama lovers! Welcome back to my channel. Breaking news! Have you ever watched two people on screen and felt like time just stopped? Like every glance, every touch, every silent pause somehow felt too real to be just acting? That's exactly what fans felt while watching Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai together. Their chemistry was so natural, so intimate, that it blurred the line between fiction and reality. From the way he looks at her, as if she's the only person in the room, to how she smiles back, shy yet glowing, every interaction between them feels like a scene written by fate itself. And lately, the internet just can't stop talking about them. Are they simply co-stars? Or is there something much deeper? When Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai first appeared together on screen, most fans expected great acting. But no one expected this level of chemistry. Their collaboration in the historical drama story of the Cunning Palace became a turning point, not just for their careers, but for millions of viewers who suddenly found themselves emotionally invested in their story. From the very first behind-the-scenes clips, it was obvious that something between them just clicked. During filming breaks, they laughed softly together, shared small jokes, and even fixed each other's costumes without hesitation. And when the cameras weren't rolling, their connection somehow felt more romantic than the actual drama scenes. Zhao Jinmai, known for her calm elegance and professionalism, seemed to let her guard down around Linghe. And Zhang Linghe, usually reserved and quiet, would light up the moment she entered the frame. It wasn't scripted. It wasn't rehearsed. It was real. Or at least, that's what fans started to believe. Clips of their natural chemistry quickly went viral on Weibo, TikTok, and global fan pages. Hashtags like hashtag Zhang Linghe Zhao Jinmai chemistry and hashtag Cunning Palace couple dominated the charts for days. Fans began calling them the most heart-fluttering duo in C-drama history, comparing them to iconic on-screen couples from the past decade. But it wasn't just about how they looked together, it was about how they felt. Every small detail, from how Linghe gently fixed her hair during interviews, to how Jinmai unconsciously leaned toward him, built a quiet emotional storm online. People weren't just watching a drama anymore. They were watching a love story they wanted to believe in. It all began with one clip. Zhang Linghe softly whispering something to Zhao Jinmai during a rehearsal, and her laughing so genuinely it melted everyone's hearts. That single moment gathered millions of views overnight. Then came the interviews. Whenever they sat together, their eyes told stories words couldn't. When asked about working with each other, Zhao Jinmai shyly said, "He makes me feel safe when the camera's on." And Linghe replied, smiling, "I don't really act when she's next to me. It just feels natural." That was the moment the internet exploded. Fans began analyzing every behind-the-scenes clip, every red carpet glance, every shared photo, searching for clues of something real. Their body language screamed comfort and familiarity, like they weren't co-stars, but soulmates who just happened to meet on set. Even at award ceremonies, they stood close in a way that looked effortless. One moment still lives rent-free in fans' minds. When Zhao Jinmai adjusted her dress on stage, Zhang Linghe instinctively stepped in front of her to block the cameras, a silent act of protection that made fans lose their minds. It was gentlemanly, caring, and undeniably intimate. Soon, fan edits flooded the internet. Slow-motion montages set to emotional songs, captions like, "If this isn't love, then what is?" And each time, their chemistry seemed to grow stronger, even off-screen. Transitioning from viral moments to real emotions, the question grew louder. Were they still acting, or had something quietly changed between them when the cameras stopped rolling? People thought the hype would fade, but it didn't. In fact, it grew even stronger. Fans began noticing that Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai were still being spotted together, not at official events, but in quiet, low-key places, cozy cafes, bookstores, even airports in different cities. Sometimes they were seen laughing softly, wearing matching hats, or walking side by side with an easy familiarity. Nothing flashy, nothing staged, just simple, warm moments that felt too natural to ignore. Their agencies remained silent, neither confirming nor denying anything, and that silence only fueled the fire. Some insiders claimed the two had grown very close after filming, while others insisted they were just good friends. But the emotional undertone between them was undeniable, the kind that doesn't vanish when the cameras stop rolling. What touched fans the most wasn't just their rumored romance, but the way they respected one another. Zhang Linghe once said in an interview, "She's incredibly hardworking. Watching her makes me want to be better too." And Zhao Jinmai later replied, "He's someone who gives warmth, even without saying much." It wasn't just admiration, it sounded like affection, the kind that grows quietly away from the spotlight, yet feels too genuine to ignore. Months passed, and fans noticed subtle signs, matching bracelets, similar playlists, even photos of them reading the same book. Coincidence or connection? No one knows for sure. But one thing is certain, every time their names appear together, the internet comes alive again. Fan forums began creating threads titled "The Real Story Behind Linghe and Jinmai," dissecting every detail, from the way he looks at her during interviews to how she once defended him against harsh criticism online. That protective energy, both ways, became part of their legend. And through it all, they've never said a single confirming word. Perhaps because some stories are too delicate to explain, or maybe because what they share doesn't need validation. Whether Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai are truly together or not, one thing is clear. Their bond has touched millions. In a world where everything feels performative, their sincerity reminded fans what real connection looks like. Maybe that's why people are so drawn to them, because their story feels like hope. Hope that love can bloom even in the chaos of fame. Hope that chemistry isn't always scripted. Hope that somewhere between the lines, two hearts can find each other. Quietly, beautifully, and without needing to say a word. Their story, real or not, has become a love letter to everyone who still believes in destiny. Because sometimes, what happens between the takes is more powerful than the drama itself. And maybe that's the real magic of it all, not knowing for sure, but feeling it anyway. Feeling that spark that reminds us of the beauty of connection, the kind you can't fake, the kind that makes even the coldest hearts believe in love again. So if this story made your heart flutter too, hit that like button, share it with your fellow dreamers, and tell us in the comments. Do you think Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai are just co-stars, or are we all witnessing a love story in disguise? Because sometimes, the best dramas aren't written by screenwriters, they're written by fate. And maybe, just maybe, this one is still being written.